sig here out here in the frozen tundra of Central Oregon. And I do have some big news, but we're gonna wait. I mean, there's already a bunch of people in here. Don't forget to smash that like button now that we're here. I know it's been a long time since I have, talked to anybody. I haven't been live streaming. I haven't been even filming because really I've just been sitting in Babylon waiting and trying to save up some money so I can get back on the road and replace the engine in the van, or even just replace the van. But as it turns out, bro, it's hard to save money in Babylon. It really is. Like at first I was painting, which you guys know this, and it wasn't enough of it for the work to stay in. I get froze, so I can't paint anymore. And then I've been dealing cards, right? But that ends up like it's just a gig job. It's like weekends and whenever they have work. So I haven't really been able to save money. I haven't been able to. I've been trying, but I've been basically breaking even out here in Babylon because it's so expensive to stay in one spot. But let me go ahead and say hi to everybody. Let's see, Fart Sack is in the house. What's up, Fart Sack and Critter? How y'all doing? Michael Burning, no way I could do that. No way could I do that. Do what? No way could you do what? What's up, Aaron? What's up, Nomadic Adventures? How's everyone doing? I know it's been a minute, huh? It's been a minute, but I'm coming back. I'm gonna be traveling real soon. Hey, what's up, Jack? Hey, dude, good to see you, man. I'm gonna be traveling again real soon, you guys. I have a flight on the 17th to fly down to Burbank to Los Angeles area because that's where my pickup is, and I need to take care of my pickup too. But Arky, man, it is good to see you guys. I've missed you guys. I have missed you guys. I really have. Been checked up with a wealthy client's daughter. Guess it's cuffing season. What are you talking about? Anyway, so instead of buying a new vehicle while I wait on my retirement money to show up, I've decided that this is gonna be my vehicle, you guys. This is it right here. I got a new bag. Gonna be traveling caveman style. It's not packed right now. It just showed up yesterday. I'm gonna be that dude traveling around with the newest pack on the road, so I'm definitely gonna look like a greenhorn, even though, I mean, I kind of am. I'm a greenhorn to the bag, but not a greenhorn to traveling by any means. But I'm gonna definitely look like one. Hey, what's up, Ketone? Oh, I missed you guys too, Marky. Dude, you're talking about romantic partners a lot. You should make a channel and talk about it. But dude, this thing actually comes with like a built-in rain fly for it, so you can throw a waterproof sack over your bag. It's pretty cool. What's not cool is that this will be the first time that I've ever traveled without a vehicle. Man, my lens is dirty, isn't it? Look at that. Look at that. I need to clean it off, but that probably just made it worse. Oh, that's not too bad. That's not too terrible. I mean, it's bad. It's bad. See, this is what happens when you don't film very often. You don't realize how dirty your lenses are. Hey, that's still bad. Whatever. Zag is doing all right. Yeah, Zag's doing fine. I think she's starting to miss the road too, though. Like, she's just hanging out in Babylon in a house, housed up. And I think that she's starting to like miss the road. At first, it was like, wow, we're staying in luxury. Look at this mansion. I'm staying at my friend's house. It's not a very big house, but to Zag, it's enormous. So she is enjoying it. But now the winter's here. She's not getting her sniffs in all over the country. I think she's a mess. So Zag and I are flying. We're gonna be flying down to LA on the 17th of this month. I'm gonna be filming it. That's gonna be a video that I'm gonna be busting out. And then you guys are going to start seeing more of me because I'll be back on the road. I got some stuff I've got to take care of. I kind of put some stuff off, like selling the truck, when I came up here, but I was only expecting to be up here for like a month. And then my van broke down. And coming up here was kind of like the first thing I've done for myself in a long time with all the spider stuff that was going on. So it was kind of nice to do something for myself. I needed to get out into the woods and stuff, but then the universe kind of smacked me down. They were like, don't. So, anyways, I got to get back to my priorities. I need to get back down south, and there is work in Vegas for me too. So, I'm waiting on my retirement money, and whenever that shows up, I'll be sitting a little prettier, and I've got some work lined up for this winter, but not here, not in Bend, and it's time for me to move on. Much love, see you around. Yay, yeah, you'll see me around. I will be headed south soon, so if anyone is in that area, in the Los Angeles area, if anyone's in Palm Springs or on the way to Vegas, maybe we could meet up somehow. Good to see everyone. What's up, Astro Andy? Things will change for the better, Zig. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate that. I need it too, man. It's been kind of a struggle for the last little bit, honestly. So I have improvements. I could use less struggle. Hopefully the truck sells and it sells fast. But, that's going to be, to be honest with you, I got the flight. I'm flying in the evening, and I honestly I'm not really sure what my plan is from there. The truck is about an hour away from the airport, and I might just stay in the airport that night and then get the truck in the morning, because where it's staying, I don't want to, surprise them in the middle of the night. So, today, my goal, I've also got to start packing up the van, right? I've got a lot of stuff in a van, and I got to pack the essentials into a bag. In fact, 2 bags. I got carry-on, and I got a checked bag. This pack, my new house, is going to be my checked bag, obviously, because it's freaking enormous. But I have a smaller bag I'm going to be carrying on with me. Carrying 2 bags seems kind of dumb, but when I get there, I'll have my pickup for a little while anyways. And I gotta fit a tent into that somehow. And I have a tent. I have a big tent. It's a really big, it's not made for backpacking. It's not made for this. But that's the one I've got. So I've gotta pack it up nice and fucking tight and try to get it. You remember when you bought your tent and it was this big and then you never saw it fit that size again? I gotta try to do that. I gotta try to make my tent that big again, so I can fit it in there. This will be the first time I've ever traveled without a vehicle to live in. My truck I can't live in. It's not very comfortable. And this will be the first time I've traveled out of a backpack. So it'll be an interesting adventure, to say the least. Let me see if I can get this light good. It's not very good light in here. Is that better? Is that better? How's everyone been doing? How's everyone been doing? I'll tell you what, man, Babylon's okay. There is some creature comforts that I've definitely missed, endless hot water and power and internet, but there's some things I don't miss. This will be handy. I don't remember who sent me this. It's a table. It's like a backpacker's table, and it's very lightweight, and I could throw it in the pack. That's going to be super useful on the road. But there are some things I'm set up to travel in a vehicle. I'm not set up to be traveling in a backpack. So power is going to be a thing. I don't know how I'm going to be charging my laptop. I don't know how I'm going to be charging my phone. I can't even fly with the big batteries I have, because I do have battery packs. I got big battery packs. I can't fly with them. So I don't know what I'm going to do about power yet. And I don't have a mattress. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. And it's not and I'm 40 years old. I'm 40 years old next month. And sleeping on the ground is might not work for me very well. So I'll have to figure that out too. But it seems like most of my nomading equipment is made for a vehicle. So I don't even know if I should pack this. Probably not. Probably should. It's kind of cool. Collapsible bucket. A lot of good uses for this, but kind of for a vehicle, huh? Not for a backpack. So I don't know, man. I've got to spend more money in order to get set up for a backpack, to live comfortably in a backpack. So it is what it is. It is what it is. But it's very, very cold, and it's time for me to just move on. Get out of the cold. I'm not liking it. Zag's not liking it. I don't like being cold. There's snow outside right now. It's not very much. It's like a light dusting, but where the shade hits all day, it's not melting. That's how cold it is. So, but your boy Zig is keeping it together, guys. I am keeping it together. I've got some really, really good friends here who have been looking out for me, making sure that I'm not out in the cold, making sure that I'm not hungry. So I am grateful for them very much. So big shout out to Ben and Kimmy, and a big shout out to Chuck, one of my biggest supporters here on YouTube, who has given, bounced ideas off me, given me good ideas, and just made sure that, hey man, how you doing? Are you doing okay? Like, Chuck, big shout out to you. I know you're gonna watch this if you're not watching it right now. So um, that's, it's been keeping me going while I've been stranded out here in Babylon, but not any longer. Like, I'm done. I'm done lingering. I'm not able to save money because I'm just breaking even. Staying in Babylon costs money. So, um, yeah, it's time to figure out something else. And like I said, I do have work lined up down in Vegas. So, let me catch up on comments. I know everyone's talking and I haven't been reading them, so let's see here. Much love. See you around, Astro Andy. Appreciate that. Odd Venture. Bartsack says, my adventure is on hold for another year. Excited to see you out there seeing stuff. I see. Hard for me to get over that bump at the end. Hey, thanks, Bartsack. I'm looking forward to getting back out there too. Looks like a Eberlestock pack. I don't know. It was a cheap pack on Amazon, dude. I don't have much money. Um, I mean, it wasn't cheap. It wasn't cheap, but it wasn't like the highest end bag they had. I will definitely look like a greenhorn. I'm gonna have like a new coat because I had to go buy a coat. I didn't even own a jacket, you guys. And my friend Alicia got me the coat. You guys remember Alicia, don't you? But yeah, this will definitely look like a greenhorn pack. No dirt on it. It is what it is, man. I'm gonna have to figure out how to live out of a pack. Hey, what's up, Wanda? Good to see you. I'm gonna put this out there to you. You know my age, and if I can do it, you can. Oh, I know I can do it. I'm just, it's been a rough few months, like just breaking down. I was only supposed to be here for a couple weeks to a month, and this was like the first thing I did for myself in a while. So coming up here, and then it was just like the universe was like, stop doing stuff for yourself. So that's annoying, but I'll figure it out. Hey, what's up, Kote? Shanky, are you selling the van? So the van is staying here. So I got quoted to repair the van for $7,500, so $7,500 in 13 weeks to repair it, and that was just doing a crate engine swap. And I got a couple of other quotes too. They were all about the same, and it's just super deflating. So I will probably be selling the van, but not right now. I'm gonna come back and take care of the van after the winter. My priority now is to sell my truck. So if anyone out there wants to buy a truck, you hit me up. What's up, Jeannie? What's up, Zig and chat? Glad to hear you're doing good. Yeah, I'll be taking off pretty soon. What's up, Casey? I missed all you guys. There you are. Wanda says you'll have exciting news for me. That's cool. Wasn't the engine new when you got it? No, it wasn't new, but it was rebuilt, Kote. Yeah, it was a rebuilt engine and transmission, but as it turns out, they rebuilt it wrong and didn't put the rings in the pistons in correctly, and it burnt up a bunch of oil. Like, apparently, if anyone out there is a mechanic, you'll probably understand this, but it's the same way on like a AR-15. You have gas rings on your bolt, and there's a gap in them, right, like that, and you have several of them that sit on top of each other. And the gap in the rings is supposed to be staggered. So you have them on like this, and the gap is supposed to be staggered like that, so there's no gap. But apparently they didn't stagger the rings, and it burnt up all the oil and threw a bearing. So last rebuild was the problem. Well, there is, Kote. I have all the receipts from the rebuild, but the warranty doesn't transfer ownership. So I've got the receipts. I can see what work they did. But the warranty doesn't transfer ownership, so it doesn't really fucking matter that I have the receipts. It's no help. What's up, Raven? Yeah, the rings were lined up and they ain't supposed to be. Exactly. They were supposed to stagger the rings and they didn't. So that's. I'm not a mechanic, but that's what I understand. That's what I was told. So. But now my priority's got to be sell the truck. So. You gonna go to Slabs on your adventure? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't know, Slabs. Last year, you guys know my story. Those of you who've been following, those of you who don't, go check out my videos from last year. But last year took a lot out of me. I'll be completely honest with you. It was very like heart wrenching and stressful, and I think I'm just gonna distance myself from Slabs. If I do swing through, it'll be briefly, for a week or so before I move on. Weird, I haven't messed with that kind of stuff in 35 years. I guess I remember some stuff. Yeah, I mean, that seems to be a very basic thing. It's the same way in the military with your O-rings on your bolt. Like, you're supposed to stagger them. And so when they were telling us, I was like, yeah, that makes perfect sense. Yeah. Looking forward to following your new adventure. Give hugs for me and safe travels. Thanks, Jeannie. Yeah, we're going to be traveling. I've still got some paperwork I got to do to fly out of here because in order to bring a dog on the plane with you, you got to fill out some paperwork. And since Zag is a service animal, it makes the flying part bit a little easier. But I've still got some paperwork that I've got to fill out before I go. So right now I'm freezing. Like I'm sick of freezing to death. Honestly, like I've got to get the fuck back south. I keep looking at the weather down in like, LA, San Diego, Vegas, Quartzsite, Slabs. And I'm like, oh my god, 8 degrees. It is 40 here at highs. So, how is Zag? Zag is amazing. I would bring her out here, but it's actually really cold in the garage. It's not an insulated garage. And so, I would bring her out here, but she just wouldn't enjoy it very much. But I am going to. We are going to enjoy this. In fact, my friend Kimmy just got me this. So, big shout out to her. She just gifted me a couple of pre-rolls, so super grateful. But if anyone else wants to chip in on my pre-roll fund, on my traveling fund, which I could actually use some help traveling here pretty soon. It's expensive. It's expensive to get on a flight. So my links are linked at the top of the live chat. It's one link. It's a link tree. You can click on it. It'll open up and show you all of my links, my Instagram, my Cash App, my PayPal, my Venmo. There's also a tip jar in there in case you don't want to sign up for any of those apps. You could just go right into the tip jar and that money goes right into my PayPal also. So it's linked up to my PayPal. So no chance you want to watch Cave's House for a month. Where are you guys going? In what month? Cold and foggy out there in Arkansas. There's parts of Arkansas that are really pretty though. I think you would enjoy living in Vegas West Side, like near Decatur and Trope. Might have to check that out. I'm kind of hoping to stay outside of Vegas, but I keep going through this in my head. I'm so used. Okay, guys, I have been traveling for 10 years in a vehicle. I don't know how to do my backpack. So my head thinking I should go to Lake Mead and set up a camp in Lake Mead. But at the same time, like, Lake Mead is it's a good trek to get into town for groceries, for anything, dog food. So I don't know if that's where I should be staying out at Lake Mead or if I should kind of hang out in the city somewhere, but I really don't like cities that much. I don't know. I'm going to burn all these bridges when we get there. Right now, the plan I have is to get south, and when I land, I have no plan aside from getting to my truck somehow, and I'm going to have 2 decent-sized bags. So I'm not really sure how I'm going to get around yet. I'm going to be broke. I'm going to be winging it. I'm pulling a caveman. God, I wish caveman was here with me right now. He'd be like, oh, dude, you just do it like this, you idiot. And, like, just follow his... I mean, I'd probably be on a train by now. Hello, Zig. I just got home, and we'll have to catch up. It's great to see you. It's great to see you, too, Critter. It's great to see all of you guys. I know it's been a minute since I've talked to anybody, since I've just been in Babylon. Trying to save money but breaking even. So to see my family maybe. But over the winter month, I got a bus, dude. Fuck yeah, you got a bus? That's dope. There's plenty of space and places in Havasu. Yeah, there is tons of space in Havasu. And maybe that, I don't know. I don't know exactly know where I'm going to land yet, but I know I want to sell the truck in Vegas because, I don't know, I just feel that feels right to me. And, but maybe I could post up in Palm Springs or something instead. And I might even have to figure it out in LA. I might have to figure out somewhere to stay in LA while I get some paperwork on the truck squared away too. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, you guys. Yo, we are jealous of your backpack adventure. Grab your packs and let's go, you guys. I know you got. It's hard to leave. It's hard to leave once you got property, isn't it? And you got to have like a babysitter for your property once you go. That's fucking annoying. Maybe a storage unit. You guys, we should talk. If you guys get a storage unit, we should talk. Leave the tent less is more. You don't want to carry heavy things. You know, like, that's actually, I've thought about not even bringing the tent, or maybe, like, somebody would be willing to throw me the cash for a lightweight backpacking tent, but that's actually pretty good advice. Maybe just grab a tarp and some fucking 550 cord, because you could make a tent, you know, and I might actually take that advice, dude. I don't know if that's Heath or Bobby, but I might actually, that's not bad advice. Figure out a tarp instead of a tent. I do have a sleeping bag and a pillow, which I'll be throwing in there, but I don't know, like, I haven't done the backpack thing since I was, I don't know, 19, so, and I didn't do it very much. So, you know, doing it now, it's just, I'm not set up for backpacking. I'm set up for a vehicle. I've always traveled with a vehicle. It just gives me a sense of freedom. And I think by the end of winter I'll have a new vehicle, but it's just getting to that hump. And I mean, as grateful as I am to be staying at my friend's house, you know, I think it's time that I moved on and got to warmer weather and started adventuring again. Like, my mental health isn't gonna do well with me lingering and all winter long. Like, I need to be out there, I need to be filming, I need to be making videos. Like, that's where my life is. You can get it so cheap in LA. Dude, there's so many cheap things in LA. It's just getting around to get the stuff, you know? Like, oh yeah, we're in LA, and then because you see it online, and then it turns out they're in like Long Beach, and that's quite a trek. But there is public transportation. And I'm even thinking maybe instead of bringing 2 bags, I just bring 1 bag and my carry-on. I don't know, we'll figure it out, but because I don't really want to be lugging around 2 big bags either. I'm bouncing ideas off of you guys. I'm just kind of figuring this out as I go, to be honest with you. Like, I'm down for it, but you know, I've never done it long term in a bag. So how's that card playing gig going? So yeah, I'm still dealing cards. I got work next week. It's just a gig work though. It's not like full-time work. It's when they have events. So there's 3 events next week. 1 tomorrow. I have an event tomorrow. So, but it's just like I said. Like, I'm breaking even out here in Babylon. I'm not able to save enough money to buy a vehicle or get mine fixed. It's not working out. So I don't know. When I get back down south, I've been looking on Craigslist at gigs work. There's computer work that I can do all over the place. There's labor work I can do all over the place. Like, I am pretty decent with computers, not like an expert or anything. I'm not an engineer, but I know a thing or two. So, yeah, I've been looking at like the work down south in the Vegas area, and the LA area, San Diego area. So, yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna be pushing towards. Also, my friend Alicia, who's on the East Coast, has some events set up out here on the West Coast this winter, and that's some guaranteed work that I'll have, so that's dope. Reach out to Corn for backpacking advice. I'll probably reach out to Caveman for backpacking advice. Corn travels in a vehicle anyways, so a good tarp either over 10 mil or canvas should work. A travel hammock would be good. I have a hammock. Oh, you're a genius. I do have a hammock. I'm going to bring that, Joyce. Would be good in case of rain and to stay off the ground. Yeah, that's a good idea. I do have a hammock. I'll be bringing that. It's not like It is a small little travel hammock, but you know, it looks like a bougie ass fucking Babylonian hammock. You're a young whippersnapper. I wish I was still 40, but I hear you. I'm freezing my ass off in northern Wisconsin. Yo, Raven, the other day, I walked like 2 miles from a poker game back to this house. It was like 2 miles, and I couldn't walk the next day. Like I've got an ankle thing going on. I got a bad back, so I'm a little bit nervous about that. But you know, I'll probably just have to gain strength as I go. You can always add on additional pouches on the bag. Yeah, it's true. It doesn't. It does have some Molly. Oops. It does have a little bit of Molly. You know, that's true. You can weave in here. I actually do have a couple of one in particular. My first aid kit. There's even Molly on top too. So that's actually true too. That's good. That's a good point. I am gonna want to get a backpacking tent though. Like I do want to be able to stay out of the elements, maybe have a little bit of privacy. But those backpacking tents, some of them are fucking expensive, dude. But they weigh like 4 grams or whatever. Go as minimum as possible. Less chance of losing your stuff on the plane. Yeah, this bag is obviously gonna have to get checked, and then I'll have a carry-on bag. But the carry-on bag I was considering bringing is a pretty decent sized bag too. Not this big, but pretty big. But you know, it expands and gets small. Anyways, I don't know if I want to bring that and this. I think that might be kind of stupid. So maybe I bring. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. But I do want to have like my laptop and stuff with me. But that's the other thing. Like I've never traveled like this, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to charge my phone, how to charge my laptop, battery packs. I'm gonna have to replace some battery packs because I can't fly. Did you know this? You can't fly with lithium ion batteries. So all the battery packs I have, which is like hundreds of dollars, is I've got to. Yeah, that's another thing, Joy. Is I've also got to figure out cooking, and like I've been cooking with cast iron. That's what I use. I'm not dragging a cast iron pan with me, like a 30-pound cast iron pan around with me. So you know, I've got to just basically replace all of my gear um, in order to travel out of a backpack. That's where I'm at. So, I mean, part of me is kind of looking forward to it because, you know, I'll be back on the road and whatnot. Um, but the other part's like, I wish I had a van, RV. I don't like to fly either, Joys. I really don't. It was about the same price as a bus ticket, but for the bus ticket, I would have had to figure out how to get to Portland. And with a flight, I could leave right out of Redmond. And it's winter here, so just getting around over mountain passes to get to Portland. And it was also the same price as the Greyhound. So, you know, it was kind of for me a no-brainer. Just get the part over with, the traveling part over with. It's a direct flight, um, and it did take a bunch of my money. So, if anyone wants to help out, I will be filming me getting ready up. I've also got to pack up my van in case, because my van's gonna stay out here on the road, and you know, we'll hope that it doesn't get towed because it's not actually in my friend's driveway. It's parked on the side of the road, but this is a pretty chilled neighborhood. You know, like some level-headed, decent, down-to-earth folks. So hopefully it won't be a problem and it won't get towed. Usually things don't get towed around here unless someone calls. And so, in any case, come back and take care of the van next year, which I have to come back here now. I have to come back here and take care of that. I feel spread so thin, you guys. I am spread so thin. I got property in New Mexico. I got my truck in Los Angeles. I got a van up here that's broke the fuck down. It's been a very stressful winter so far. It really has, to be honest with you. And it's like I feel like I internalize all of my stress. So I'm just running on chill mode. But I am pretty stressed. I need to get back on the road. I think that'll clear my head quite a bit. Yeah, Can, Penny, and Romeo. I think I might have a little micro stove thing. Um, a stove thing that I can cook on. plowing? No. Fuck that. An ankle and a bad wrist. I can't even swing a hammer anymore. I don't even like the snow. What are you talking about? Fuck all that. I'm trying to get out of the winter. Some good boots, good tent, all-weather sleeping bag, fire starter, some smaller cooking pot, tin, cup, and a little bit of food, watering food dish for Zag. So the Zag stuff I've got. I'm not worried about that. I got travel bowls for her and a traveling water bottle for her. She's fine. But good boots. There's what, $200. Let's say mediocre boots, $100. Good tent that I can backpack with, at least $100. All weather sleeping bag. That's on a good day, maybe a used one, $100. Like there's like $400 or $500 worth of gear I got to get. So it'll be slow process, you guys. It'll be a slow process. And this, again, this is just temporary. Like I will be getting another vehicle, but a 40-watt USB solar charger would be a way to get until you get a battery bank. Yeah, I would. You guys, yeah, I would. I know there are solutions to the problems that I have, but it all takes money. Like, it might as well be $1 million right now. Like that's. I'm not complaining. I know that there are solutions. I already know what the solutions are to power is getting a solar panel and a battery pack and just plugging everything into that. But again, like I don't have those things, so that's not a solution I can do right now. You know. Can ship some of my stuff down south. That's true. I've thought about even mailing my own tent to myself in Vegas, but I'm not quite sure how I would. Maybe like sending it general delivery would be the way to go, actually. Should I come meet you in LA? Fly a sign for gear, Caveman says. I've never flown a sign. Well, I mean, I've been with friends who have flown a sign, but maybe I will have to start doing that. Get Amazon wish list. It another way people can give to you. I do have it. I have an Amazon wish list. I do have some stuff on there, but the address thing is going to be the problem with that. In fact, when I leave here, where I'm at now, my flight's in 10 days or 9 days on 17th, and when I leave here, I'm not going to have an address for. I'm going to have to take my Amazon wish list down because I'm not going to have anywhere for you guys to send anything to. But right now, if you go in my Amazon wish list and you see anything that you want to send me, it should get here before I leave. I don't know how long things. It depends on what you order. Sometimes it takes a week or two for things to show up, but it's been pretty quick around here since I got here. But I think I might have a little pocket stove. What my goal is today after the live stream is to kind of do an inventory of what stuff I have for the pack and what stuff I'm storing. I even got a whole bunch of boxes here. Let me see if I can. Here, let's just do this. I got a whole bunch of boxes here that have been saved up for me to pack my van up. And by the way, this is, I don't know if anybody watches Rocky Horror, but this is Rocky's birthing tank that my friend Ben and I built for a Rocky Horror show on Halloween. And this was a prop for the play. So, but yeah, all these boxes, I'll be packing my van up into it, and then be able to do an inventory on what stuff I'm going to be throwing into my pack, what stuff I'm going to be putting into storage, which is obviously most of my stuff. Like, I can't bring my drone with me. But yeah. Yep. Downsizing, folks. What are you guys smoking on? I'll let you know what I'm smoking on if you tell me what you're smoking on. This little pack of joints I got. My friend Kimmy just went and got for me today. What the hell did I do with them? Did I put in my pocket? I lost them. Maybe I won't tell you what I'm smoking on. What the fuck did I do with the joints? Can anyone rewind and tell me what I did with my pack of joints? Oh, I found them. Never mind, don't rewind. Boom. It's not been my winter, you guys. Um, anyways, weed is actually really cheap out here in California, or I'm sorry, in Oregon. Um, so like for $10 or so, you get a pack of six, and it's pretty decent, 21%. This is grape cream cake GPK. Nope, that's just a six pack, and I need glasses. It's grape cream cake is what I'm smoking on. Marky G says California Gold vape pen at the moment. Dude, those vape pens are pretty dope. They're really discreet, right? Like they're like really discreet. That's another thing I just thought of. I'm gonna be landing in California without any weed. Usually I just bring it with me when I travel, right? Like it's in my van and don't have to worry about that. Was smoking some Fire OG earlier. Fuck yeah. Bowl of indica. I'm buzzed enough to forget which one I loaded. Oh man, this is how far I got into this one. I lost the rest of my. They were right next to me. By the way, guys, they were just right next to the pack. But I guess it's working. I might be swinging through to say hi to a couple of people in Slabs on my way to Vegas, but not 100% on that yet. Cave says he needs socks. Yes, yes. Two outfits, cold and warm. So I got two sets of bibs. One is insulated, one is not. And some shirts, maybe a pair of jeans. One tarp, 550 cord, and the rest of the pack should be fitted with food. And this table that I have. I have a backpacking table. You know what? Okay, I don't give a shit. Caveman remembers me as the guy that ran my air conditioner all summer long in Slabs in my truck. Or I'm sorry, in my van. So I'll be the guy that carries around a table for no fucking reason. Call me crazy. But it'll be nice to have a little folding table that I could put my laptop on or cook on or whatever. Don't forget to drink water. Yeah, of course. Of course. I still know how to ruck march. I've just never hoboed out of a bag. I mean, I can't pretend like I don't know how to do this completely because the military taught me how to do this. They taught me how to be homeless. It's just been 10 years. I'm a little more broken. It's been more than 10 years since I did anything like this. But I'm a little more broken, and I'm a little bit more, I guess, bougie. Your backpack is your chair and table. I've got a table, god damn it. Bring in my table. Can't stop me. If I could pack my mattress into this thing, I totally would. In fact, I've been looking at those camping pads. We called them puss pads when I was in the army. But you like put like two breaths in it and it's full. It's not much of a pad, but I've been considering getting one of those. I got a bad back, you guys. I got a bad back. I gotta be a little bougie. I wish I still had my memory foam pillows. I'd bring that too, but I know that's dumb. Okay, man says you'll ditch it after 2 weeks. The table? Maybe. I might. I will have the truck to kind of lean onto, but until I get it completely legal, I'm not going to be driving around very much. I just want to get there and park it and get it, insured and everything. Wish we can get you a heated vest. Yeah, but that would be a way of powering a heated vest. Like I don't have power. I don't have a generator. I'm not gonna be able to pack my solar panel with me. I do have a little briefcase solar panel though, that might be worth bringing. I'll have to take a look at it and see if it still works and everything. But I can strap that to the backpack. That might be worth bringing if it still works. And I would have to see if I've got the plug to charge the phone because I think it's set up to plug into a I've got like that battery pack I have, you guys, with the I've got a rock paddles. It's almost like a small jackery, and it has a solar panel with it. I don't know if I've got the plug for just the USB, so if I did, that's all I would really need. But I'll double check on that when I go out. But I hopefully won't need a heated vest because I will be down south in the desert where it's pretty warm during the day. It does get cold at night in the desert, but a good sleeping bag is really all you need, and maybe even a fire, you know, to keep warm. Not gonna be much to burn out there. Maybe figure out a way to get campfire or whatever. Even just like they were talking about earlier, some rubbing alcohol in a tin can. I've definitely seen caveman cook like that before. Or it could just be like caveman and not even heat up my food and just eat it right out of the fucking can. Like a monster. Could you put a camper on your truck? Those are popular now. I have a camper shell for my truck in New Mexico. But I've got to sell the truck. I'm not keeping the truck. I'm selling the truck. I got to sell the truck to pay for the van that's broke down. So that's fun. Oh yes, it does get cold out there at night. Yeah, it sure does. But like I said, a decent sleeping bag, which I actually have a decent sleeping bag. It's not. I used to have the bivy cover for it to keep me dry, but I don't know where the fuck that went. It used to be like a 3-piece sleeping bag, but now I just have one of the pieces. So there's that. You're about to meet me in LA for what? You're gonna meet me in LA? Let's do it. It's not good, but it works. Oh yeah, the stove thing. Yeah, I mean that's warm. You know where you should pick me up from the airport, and then we could get the truck and say hi to him. Say hi to where the person that's my truck's parked at. I think everyone would be cool. I will have to make my way to Torrance at some point while I'm there because of that corner title shop we were talking about. That's where it was. Good old Los Angeles. And that's another thing. I don't really want to be homeless in LA. I don't want that to be where I would like to just grab my truck and get the fuck out as soon as possible instead of being like out of a pack in the city because that sounds terrible. Um, yeah, I'd rather just get out into the desert. They have these pre-made tuna salads in the tuna section are pretty good, cheap. Yeah. There's the food thing. I'm not too worried about. Um, I'll be able to figure out how to eat pretty easily. You know, the meat thing is gonna be but even I can figure that out too. I'll tell you what though, like even with my heart issues, like eating healthy is very difficult when you're poor. I will admit. So along with that joint, my friend Kimmy got me this, and I fucking love these. Burbank. Yep. I'll send you all my flight information after the live stream. We could chat. But I fucking love these things. I was gonna say something else, but I can't remember what I was gonna say. Another goal of mine in Vegas, you guys, is to get my healthcare squared away. Like I was just mentioning my heart, right? Like, Cave says that's easier, so maybe you do. Burbank? I mean, yeah, I've already got the flight to Burbank. It was the only place that this cheap ass airline would fly into, anyways. Fuck yeah, bring the bus, dude. But yeah, in LA, I'm gonna go to the VA. Which honestly, just saying this right now is giving me a little bit of anxiety. But I'm gonna go deal with the VA, and hopefully, like for example, I've been out of meds now for a little bit, and I need to get my meds squared away, blood tests, and all the stuff because I have bad heart. So they gotta test my blood, probably do an echocardiogram, see how my heart's pumping and everything. And this is something that I'm gonna have to kind of stay stationary to take care of. And I feel like Vegas is a good middle ground for most of the things in the area. Courtside's not too far away. There is a good VA system there. There's plenty of spots to camp out right outside of the city because you're out in the desert. Like LA isn't like other cities where you drive outside of the city and then there's more suburbs and suburbs and suburbs and suburbs. LA is like there's nothing, and then I'm sorry, Vegas. It's just a bunch of desert for as far as you can go in almost every direction, and then boom, here's a big ass, city. So that's pretty handy for me being in one spot for a while. Is I can just kind of find a good camp spot and post up and, um, you know, take care of my VA stuff, do some work and get money. And I'm also still waiting on retirement money to show up. So, whenever all this comes to fruition and comes together, hopefully my VA stuff will be really the thing that takes me out of this situation because I'm trying to get my disability raised. And if I get my disability raised, they will give me back pay based on the date I started the process. It's the bureaucracy of the VA, which is why I'm saying it stresses me out to even think about it. But it is what it is. I'm gonna be trying to deal with that. It's like getting your health care done at the DMV. Like if you've ever been to the DMV, it's what it's like to go to the VA. It feels like I'm re-enlisting just to get my health care taken care of. So, but that's what I gotta do. In fact, yeah, that's one of the main reasons I kind of need to pick a spot and just post up there. Is that? Brian says first time for your live, you the man. An update on sentence for Spider. I've been actually getting a lot of recent comments about, on that video, on the Spider video, people wondering what was going on, what was happening, and maybe they just jumped in right at that video. So I don't know if it didn't explain it very well, but I do have a couple of updates posted. I have an update video and then an update live stream as well. But to answer your question, Spider was sentenced. He ended up pleading guilty after he pled not guilty, and then went back and forth with a plea agreement. But he got 12 years, which it doesn't really matter what we all knew he wasn't gonna get like a life sentence or anything. So honestly, 12 years is a win. It's 12 years that he'll be an old man when he gets out, and that 12 years is gonna be obviously not long enough, but it's still a win because she didn't have to take the stand. His victim didn't have to go testify in front of God and everybody, detailed about what he did to her. So that's really what we wanted. We just didn't want her to testify. That was really, and not to say that she couldn't have. I have no doubts that. I mean, she's a badass. But it was a win to him get to. It was a win because he got that long, and she didn't have to testify. Plus, he'll have to register as a sex offender for the rest of his life. So, that's also a win. Hey, thanks, dude. Cheers. But yeah, that motherfucker got to see me at every single one of his court dates. All of them but one. I wasn't able to make it to one. But the rest of them, he saw us, all of us in the stand, or in the courtroom. Yeah, I have no idea how it's going for him. I haven't actually thought about him in a while, aside from when comments come up, but I'm sure he's not having a good life. so that's good. Oh man, this is almost done. This is almost done. In any case, you guys, I am looking forward to getting down south. I am looking forward to getting my truck back and having some wheels underneath me for a minute. And I'm not gonna be able to drive the truck around a whole bunch, but it'll be nice to have it back. And then it'll be nice when I finally get that out from under me and I get it sold. So those are my next goals: is to get the truck, get to Vegas, get the truck sold. So wish me luck. Once that's done, then I'll be more worried about finding another vehicle. But that has been put off for way too long, and it just needs to get taken care of. So, got a dollar? Got a dollar? Can I get a dollar? Yeah, man, go back and check out the kids' videos. Those are some of my favorite videos. Those kids were awesome to work with. They had a lot of fun out there, breaking bottles, and it was all safe. It was a safe environment. They were, I did a Bottle Kids sequel thing where I showed them picking up the bottles that they accidentally dropped on the road. I had, showing the special effects for some of the, because on the Bottle Kids video, it showed one of the Bottle Kids throwing a bottle down, and I added some glass breaking special effects sounds, and, I showed how I did that. But they are good kids. They had a really good time filming that, and they, got to go smash stuff for the day and act like hooligans. But they really are good kids. They're honestly all really great kids. They're not out there smashing bottles at anyone, so don't worry. Slabs is safe. That worked for me on prom night once. Hey, what's up, Daryl? Welcome to the live stream, dude. What's up, Liberated? Good to see everyone again. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. For those of you guys just tuning in, I was updating everyone that my new home here, I'm going to be packing this up today and packing my van into all of these boxes I got over here, to put all the contents of my van into storage. So that's my goal, to at least get it started. And I will be traveling south with the backpack and the puppy, an old puppy, and I'll be traveling out of a backpack. I gotta get my truck, and I gotta sell it. I gotta sell that fucking truck. So if anyone wants to help, contribute, donate, all my links are pinned. They're pinned at the top of the live chat right now. It says Linktree/NomadicSig. So that's all my links. It has my Instagram, my Venmo, my PayPal, my Facebook. It's even got my tip jar, so that way, you can, if you don't want to make an account on PayPal, Venmo, Cashapp, you can just use a tip jar. It's linked to my PayPal. It'll go directly in there, so. Glad you got a place. I don't have a place. Well, I do. I got a backpack. So that's my new wheel. That's my new home. It is what it is. I haven't traveled out of a backpack before. Not like this. I mean, when I was younger, I was kind of a beach bum in North Carolina, and I traveled around in a backpack for like a summer at a time. Summer here, summer there. But this will be maybe kind of like that. I don't know. Had a beach you could sleep on, and every beach had a shower and stuff, but it's a little bit hard on the West Coast with that on the beach. Maybe it's not. Maybe I hit Nemo up and hit Caveman up and be like, tell me your secrets. And Caveman will be direct and to the point, and then Nemo will give me a 3-hour conversation about all sorts of stuff, and then give me good advice. So those are the two backpackers I know, really. Like the two that I know have a lot of experience living like this. I don't know. I'm sure I know other ones too, but you going to Slab City? Can you check on Captain Jack and give us an update? Thinking a rattlesnake got him? Jack, I'm pretty sure, is not in Slabs anymore. From what I understand, he got some property somewhere, and then he lost the phone that had his YouTube channel login information, and he doesn't remember his login information. So. That's the news I know. I don't really know Jack very well. I don't know his people. I wouldn't know how to get a hold of him if I wanted to. So that's just the news, the Slab News Network That's what I've been told. So I'm not so sure that. Um, I mean, there's got to be a little bit of truth in that. So from what I'm hearing from people. Damn, sounds like you could use a ride. Well, I got a flight. I will be flying out on the 17th, and then I'm getting my truck and I'm driving out to Vegas. I might need a ride to like down the road. I don't know. We'll see. If I had a ride, I wouldn't have got the flight. But a ride would have been cool. All the nomads that I know have already headed south. There's none left up here. So I don't know any other nomads that hey man, can I catch a ride down south with you? If that when I broke down, if that had been my first move, I would have been south because a lot of the nomads that I know were up here and they were headed that way. I could have caught a ride with any of them. I could have done this, but I wasn't. I was wanting to fix my van, and it's just I'm breaking even. I'm breaking even out here in Guam. It's food is expensive. Food is what's killing me, you guys. The cost of food is making it so I can't save money. The cost of I don't know. It's just a mess out here. So. Keith and Bobby say, give it to God. That's kind of what I'm doing, man. I got the bag. I'm going to pack it with my essentials, and I'm getting on a flight, and I'm headed south. I have no plan once the plane lands. Once the plane lands, I have no plan. So, I mean, I'm sure it'll be fine. Like, I'm not incapable, and I'm not going to panic in a bad situation. I'll be fine. I'll figure it out. But, that's what's happening. I'm just going to get dropped off into LA, and my truck is an hour away. I'll be landing in the evening, like late. So I don't want to go get my truck that late. I think that, I have a lot of respect for the person that's watching my truck, and I don't want to be rude. So I'll wait till the next day and show up and get my truck. But in the meantime, I'm going to have to figure something out. I don't have money for a hotel. So maybe I'll just sleep in the airport. I'll probably be bringing you all along with me. I'm definitely going to be filming and doing a video about it. And maybe I'll do a live stream, from at the airport. Like, hey, I landed, I figured it out, but I don't know what I'm doing yet. Just figured I'd chat with you guys. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah, Jack's been a while gone, for sure. Nemo's headed back to the slabs on Sunday. That's cool. Vegas is the place. Cheap food, North Dakota. It's cold as fuck in North Dakota. It's colder, and I'm freezing right now. I didn't even own a coat. My friend Alicia bought me a coat, which actually is a pretty nice coat. I feel bougie in it, and it's warm too. So, yeah. But I'm not going to North Dakota. Maybe in the summer. They finally legalized weed in Ohio. Only problem is you can't buy it yet. So it was like that in Oregon when they first legalized. You were allowed to gift it, and you were allowed to, basically just gift it. But once the laws all got put into place, it took some time for us to have dispensaries and whatnot. But your market will grow. It'll take a lot of time. I warn you, as soon as the dispensaries open, it's going to be so expensive. It's going to piss you off. But the market will fluctuate back down to a relative, like, it'll end up level. It'll start out high, and it'll fluctuate down to a decent ish. It depends on where you are. Honestly, the East Coast, the weed's more expensive. This pack of 6 joints that I have here, they're like $10 for 6 joints. But Oregon's got some of the cheapest weed too. So keep cash in hand for buses. Yeah, I'm probably going to be landing with basically nothing. This sounds like fun. Can't wait. Yeah, no, I'm kind of looking forward to it. You know why? Because it'll be an adventure. Like, regardless, even if I am just out of a backpack for a while, whatever. Like, it'll be uncomfortable. It'll be temporary, and it'll be a bit of an adventure. But I'd much rather be in an RV or a van, even a Honda Civic. Like, honestly, I'm actually considering just buying a beater Honda Civic at some point and living in that in the meantime, just so I have some wheels underneath me. Oh, thanks, Jeannie. I appreciate you very much. Aw. Yeah, you guys will be my road dogs when I hit the road. Some of you are my road dogs too. Don't forget that you can do a monthly subscription to my channel, and all of my videos you get to see a day before everybody else. Members only for 24 hours. I know that hasn't been a thing, but like I said, I'm gonna be recording all of this. I'll be back on YouTube. I'll be making videos again. So 17th is when I'm flying out. I'll be filming, getting everything ready to go, and you guys will be coming along with me. Yeah, I was thinking about how nice that coat is. Yeah, it might be the nicest thing I own, honestly, but it won't stay that way. It'll get. I mean, some of these patches, honestly, like this patch right here, challenge. And then it's got a weird. I don't even know what bird that is. It's black, but with a golden beak. Anyways, I'm tearing that dumb shit off. I have to sew something else. And then this one, it's so stupid. What does it say? It says outdoors. In case you forget where you are. Like, oh fuck yeah, I am outside. I don't know. It's just, yeah, those will be getting torn off because that's cheesy, man. Like, I don't even know what they're thinking. Like, do people run around with this like, ha, challenge? Can't believe I have been, actually, now that I think about it. I've actually gone outside like this. Fuck. I wonder if people saw me. They have medical dispensaries. But you got clones from LA. That's cool. It only took Michigan about 8 months to get dispensaries up and running. Now 3 years later, there's one every few miles. Yeah, that's what's up. Challenge. It was so stupid. Such a dumb thing. They could have picked almost anything else, but it was like shit. Like they bought these patches in bulk, and they were like, "Let's slap it on this nice coat." Yeah, I'm gonna be sewing something else on there. That's something the man didn't mention that I should bring was a needle and thread, needle and dental floss. That surprises me. He didn't mention a Sharpie, like a hobo credit card. Okay. You guys want to see her? You want to see the van? Oh, it's actually kind of warm out here in the sunshine. By warm, I mean it's like 40 degrees. She is really nice van. Honestly, like, she is a nice van. I'm really hoping that I get enough to come back and take care of her. Get her either fixed or find some, because she deserves it. She's a nice van. Challenge. Jeannie said, but you can't see. I did the same thing in my motorcycle jacket, tore the dumbest shit off, and sewed my own on. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing that too. As soon as I saw those, I was like, yeah, those are going. I'm not keeping that shit. Look at also every day with this. Every single day. Obviously, it's like a big construction, like right here. Every day, all day, except on weekends. They're working on the road, and yeah, I mean, I'll be happy to be going because that's been getting old. But my friends who are staying here, man, they've been doing this for like 8 months, the construction out here, and they still have a ways to go. Am I getting rid of the van? I haven't quite figured out what I'm doing with the van yet. Right now, I'm unpacking. I'm going to be taking everything out of there, putting it into storage, and putting it into storage, and then hopefully coming back for it next summer and getting it fixed. Maybe that's kind of the goal. I got to take care of the VA stuff down in Vegas um, and sell my truck, but that's gonna end up being my next priority is what am I doing with the van? That's my home on wheels. This sucks. Yeah, this is basically a nomad's worst nightmare, honestly. And I was trying to get myself out of it, but I'm just kind of, like I said, breaking even. I will trade you a 203 Lincoln Navigator, just have to bring it to North Dakota. 2003 Lincoln Navigator. How am I going to get that to North Dakota? Oh, the shipping on that would be insane. A tow truck from here to North Dakota. Yeah, that would probably be like 3 months of my income. Probably more. Hey, thanks, Liberated. I'll figure it out. You guys can see my breath, can't you? Yeah. That's how you know it's cold. Yeah. Can't wait to get out of here. My fingers are actually very cold right now. But I will admit that I am happy I got my hand tattoo finished finally. Got the desert done. You guys have a plan. What kind of plan? You would love the van. I would love to trade you for a 2003 Lincoln Navigator. I just honestly have no idea how I would get you the van. You just got a rotary machine? Oh, a tattoo gun. That's dope. Yeah, I am digging this tattoo. And I have in the camp spot there, you see there's a tent and there's a little fireplace. And I know it looks a little orange right there, but that orange will fade because that is actually a black light ink. And the orange goes away pretty quick, but in the black light, it'll all glow. It'll look like the fire is burning. And I got that retouched. I had it done a couple years back. Tattoo artist just retouched it for me, so to keep it glowing bright. I haven't actually seen it under the black light since it's been retouched, so there's that. Rent a U-Haul and tow trailer. So I have thought about this before. This is also, like, towing that thing has come to mind before, but here's the problem. How am I getting it on the trailer? Like, how am I gonna get it on the trailer? Yes, but I don't have a come along. Like, all this is gonna end up costing a lot of money, but that's the challenge, right? Getting it on the trailer. Even if it was a car dolly and I picked up the front end and dragged it, how am I getting it on that thing? Pulling it with another vehicle, I guess, but if you fuck that up, you're gonna damage a lot of stuff, so. It really is a nice van, though. I mean, it's got propane, onboard propane, heater, and a maybe we can figure out a way to trade next summer. But I've already, like I said, I've already got my flight scheduled. I've already paid for it. Yeah, this is already all in motion. I got my backpack that I bought. Like that, the backpack and the flight alone was like half of my money. So. Do the hands hurt to tattoo? Yeah, man. Like, so that tree right there was like right on the top of my hand. The rest of it wasn't so bad. I actually live streamed it, you guys. Like, if you want to see me getting this tattoo, That was the last live stream I did. And this part hurt, and it's faded, so I gotta get it redone. But it was supposed to say shh going down my finger, and now the S is faded. So that's gonna have to get retouched. And that was very painful. Right there on the finger, next to the fingernail. Don't recommend. And now I've got to get it done again. So that sucks. Jack up the van. That is actually a really good idea. I have to be honest with you. I didn't even think about that, Critter. That is a great idea. I'll be damned. I mean, honestly, I could tow it there with the truck, but the truck's got to get legal first. But I've got that. I can get a motor for the van. It's a trade. I just have to get it to North Dakota. Why is this happening? I've got a flight already, you guys. Oh, I'm so cold. Oh, there's a tree there. It attacked me. All right. Dude, even this is how cold it is. Froze shut. Ooh. Smells like Cypress Hill concerts in here. I do not rent to these kinds of people. It totally does smell like a joint. Oh, my finger is so cold right now. Cote, you want to tow the van with the Jeep? I think that's a really bad idea. Oh, with the bus. Do you still have the Jeep? Did you sell that yet? No, you were trying to. But yeah, that tree I was talking about right there on the top of my hand, it's a stump. The whatever trunk of it was like right on top of a nerve, and she had to go over it a few times because it's like a thicker line. But that was making me sweat. That part, and then the finger, that sucked a lot. Jeep is now a truck, a bus, and a land. Yay! That's winning. I'm happy for you. That's fucking cool. We do have a lot of catching up to do. How much? Yeah, how much for the motor, Daryl? I'll take the motor. Oh, you'll redo my tattoo, is what you meant. I see. Just want to see me in pain. You just want to see me hurting. If you want to see me hurting, go see me get the tattoo. I'm such pain, you guys. Like I don't have a high tolerance to pain. I really don't. Oh my goodness. Got so many notifications. Oh yeah, Critter, you watched it? I could see you flinch when she hit a few spots. The side of the hand here, that was kind of uncomfortable. You know, a few spots right there on the wrist. That wasn't very pleasant. Um, but I really like the work that she did. She does pretty good line work. She did the other side too, and then Ryan from Rabbit Side did the road, and he did the road with stick and poke. So it's kind of a representation of my YouTube logo, but long before I had a YouTube, I was getting this tattooed on me. So I wish I could bring you a motor, a 318 for under 500. Just use, they're all over there. They're all over here. I wish you'd bring me one too, dude. Maybe I could figure out a way to get a motor from you and get it here. That might be an option one day. Maybe next summer. Yeah, I was there. It was a great live. I'm glad you were there. I'm glad you guys are being, patient with me while I've been taking this hiatus from YouTube. Like I don't really like the winter that much. The van breaking down, all of this. I've been kind of depressed lately, to be honest with you. Just kind of sitting in Babylon trying to figure out how to make enough money to break even. I don't know. It's just been, like I said, coming up here was like the first thing I did for myself in a long time. Like I just need to be out in the woods because the year before that I was in the desert for the summer, and I just really wanted some forest, and I just decided, wanted to see my family. I wanted to see my home, and then I broke down. So I don't know. I feel like the universe is just kind of smacking me down a little bit. So I appreciate your patience during this hiatus, but I am getting back on the road, um, and I will be bringing you videos again. Wait, all your lives are great. Thanks, Critter. But before that, probably can find you something better so you don't have problems again. Yeah, if I could get the engine replaced in that van, that would be pretty sweet, actually. I would be pretty stoked about that. Because then I'd have my house still. So maybe next summer we could talk. We could talk, Daryl. Send me a message on my email, which I believe is also on one of the links. I believe my email's on there. It's my email is definitely on the description of my YouTube channel. Thigh hurts depends on the spot. Some real surface nerves there. Man, the finger next to the fingernail, that actually sucked a lot. That was very, very, very painful. Ring finger, wedding ring hurt. Yeah, these hurt pretty decent. Like that was pretty painful too. I don't know. I'm glad I have them though, but I remember that being pretty painful. My block is as soon as I fucking heard that noise, I pulled over and shut it down, and that was it. So, the block didn't crack. Everything's fine except it threw a bearing. It threw a bearing. That's what it did. Carol, I actually cried on parts of that tattoo. Plus, she had a heavy hand. Yeah, heavy hands. Under the titty. I bet that would hurt actually. And I don't know, like I've never had like titties like women, so I imagine that, like I think that'd be pretty painful on me. So I think that your tits are probably more sensitive than my chest. I imagine that'd be even more painful. Bearings are cheap or aren't cheap. Yeah, but I mean, okay, so I get the bearing, but I still need to get the mechanic that's going to go in there, and I might have to actually get some of the what is that, shaft or whatever, remachined because it'll now, I can't do the work, so it's not cheap to get fixed. I can tell you right now it's not cheap because I've been dealing with this for a few months now. Like 7.5 was the average quote that I got. $7,500 and 13 weeks of labor was the average quote that I got. I did get another one for $5,000 with so yeah, it's the part might be cheap. That's cool. Gee, mine was all single needle, 40 plus years ago, and a heavy hand too. Next year by then it might be me as the mechanic. Yeah, maybe. That'd be cool. And that part, honestly, right? Where did it go? Oh, right there. Right there, that bone, that kind of hurt. Those rocks right there on the wrist, that was kind of painful. But the stick and poke tattoos I've gotten done didn't hurt that bad at all. Like that one, that was also Ryan at Rabbit Side did that tattoo. Hi, I'm a Cyclops. That's a Night Vale Eye. It's a podcast in case anyone's ever curious about it. But it's also a memorial tattoo for a friend that we camped together, and he got ran over in slabs and he was killed, along with his dog, which was Zag's sister. But you need to get that one retouched. The S is faded, like almost completely. So now it just says Does the crankshaft go around with a wrench? The engine's not seized, if that's what you're wondering. Like as far as engine troubles go, this is one of the cheaper fixes, but the mechanics that I have gotten quotes from aren't interested in tearing it apart and doing it. They want to just replace it. So I haven't found a mechanic in the area that is at all interested in tearing it apart, fixing the bearing, remachining, the crankshaft in case there's anything going on with that. Because from what I don't know, I'm not much of a mechanic, but from what I understand, once you take all this stuff apart or whatever happened, it's gonna have to something in there's gonna have to be remachined in order to fit it all back together. So, or could need that. Anyways, I haven't found a mechanic that is at all interested in doing it. I thought you were doing the letters a bit bigger. No, I wanted it to be kind of subtle. Like you don't know it's there until I'm like, shh. A new engine would be a cheaper replacement. That's what I keep hearing too. I keep hearing the same thing. Like they'll charge me a lot more to go into it and replace it than they would to just pull it out and put a new one in. So. Because I guess pulling it out, then working on it, then putting it in is more labor than just swapping a motor. Oh, my hands are so cold. You guys got me for another 10 minutes. I'm calling it because due to the cold weather. And then I'm going to start packing this bag up. But I'll be filming that. I'll be filming this. And I'll be busting out a video, you guys. So be prepared. I'm coming back. I can get a 318 cheap here. Too, it's just here. It's just here. Yeah. Maybe I could transport it though. Like maybe I could figure out a solution to that. It wasn't replaced, Cote. It was rebuilt. It was a rebuilt motor. It wasn't replaced. It's the same motor that came with it. So it was a rebuilt motor, and from what I understand, they only rebuilt the top half. Now that we've looked at the paperwork and everything, and I've gotten it diagnosed. They rebuilt the top half and didn't touch the bottom half, and then they rebuilt the transmission too, which I have all the paperwork for that. So the transmission should be fine. It's just now the bottom half of the motor, and probably the top half too, since the rings weren't put in right. It's just in North Dakota. Yeah. Yeah. For like 3,500, you can get a new motor, brand new one. Yeah. For like 1,000, I can get a used one, a junk one, and then the labor, which is what's killing me. A crate motor from General Freight is about 300. Is that true? Is it 300? That would be dope. I don't know. I've never seen a $300 crate motor before. Yeah, that's still where the rings are and the cylinders in the top half. Yeah. Those will have to be redone now too, I'm sure, since they weren't done right. Probably a crate engine would be good, but you would have a new van. Yeah, the shipping is what kills you. Yeah, I was wondering if they rebuilt it because something happened before, Cote. I was wondering that. Caveman was with me when I bought it. I feel like the dudes that we bought it from were kind of shady, to be honest with you. One of them was a cop, so that tells you something. Hey, that's dope. You got a tow package. You should get yourself a fucking tracker so you can flat tow it behind you. What size of bus do you got? How many windows? The cylinder could cause that if it's not measured proper. It really is a nice van. Hopefully I can get it repaired because it's a $15,000 van if I was to sell it as it is, as it's right now. I mean, I could list it for like 15. the engine was rebuilt, because then it's got a rebuilt engine, a rebuilt transmission, solar. Yeah, the engine's not seized. 6 windows, dope, dude, and a wheelchair. So it's like, have you seen Shannon Panda's bus? Is it about that size? Do you know what bus I'm talking about? Yeah, the van is a collection van. It is actually, like, those vans are very rare. The 84, even looking it up, I can't find shit on that thing. The 84 custom 250 um, high top van, like that high top part of that from the factory. Um, I can't find shit on it, so those are pretty rare. I kind of want to hang on to it or sell it to someone that's going to appreciate it. Um, but I gotta have the engine fixed, if I'm gonna do that. But in the meantime, my focus is gonna be my pickup, is getting that thing legal and getting it sold. So, you know, that's the truck that, if you guys want to buy that one, I will give you a great deal. I will fucking give you a great deal on selling that truck. I am ready to sell it. So it is a 2013 Chevy Silverado, remote start, backup camera. Got USB ports and everything on it. 130,000 miles. Ready to rock and roll, man. It's got newer tires on it. It'll tow 10,500 pounds. It's a 1,500, but it's got. Fucking love that truck, but it's. I'll give you a killer deal on it. You could sell it for 35 as is. You really think so? I was thinking like $1,000 because it's got $1,000 in solar on it alone. Um, I don't know. 2 grand might be pushing it, but yeah, people look for your van in junkyards here and can't find them, but the engine is a dime a dozen here. Well, fuck. They're not a dime a dozen here in Central Oregon, unfortunately. Oregon, they're like, I think most vehicles this age have ended up in junkyards by now. People don't keep them alive out here. They get Subarus and Teslas. The van 3500, see what offers, you don't lowball yourself. Yeah, that is an option too, is to just sell it, see what it sells for. Um, That'll be a down the road thing. Like I said, selling the truck is the priority right now. That van is in great condition too. That's another thing. Like it's not dinged up. There's a little bit of flakes, obviously, in the paint or whatever, but yeah, it's a good van. Well, guys, I think I'm gonna call it. I'm cold, and we're gonna flip that truck. That's what's up. That's the like my mental energy right now is going into that pickup and getting that thing squared away. What's your plans for the van after it's fixed? Is to sell the truck. That's my truck. The van right now is kind of an afterthought. Um, that's gonna take a little bit more logistics, money, and planning than I have in me right now. So until next time. Yeah, yeah. Thanks, Critter. Thanks, Shanky and Kote and I can't even repeat all the names. Daryl and Caveman. Oh, Caveman's hanging out back there. Aaron's here somewhere. Critter Bones. There's so many of you. Jeannie, thank you so much for that donation. I appreciate you very much. And everyone, thanks for the advice. Thanks for listening to me. Thanks for rooting me on and always being, all your kind words and all your encouragement always. My new home and I are going to be hitting the road soon, so I'm really looking forward to getting back on the road, back into your YouTube algorithm again, making videos, doing what I enjoy doing. So I'll see you guys later. And as always, miles and smiles.